The Great Gatsby. The first is the metropolitan scene. You can see how Great Gatsby brought glamour of jazz age gloriously to life in this movie. It shows how Art Deco influences the building and lifestyle of the people in that era. The cities are full of skyscrapers, buildings such as the Christus Building, following the geometric form. The gray brickstone stainless steel Niagara Mohawk building is an example of Art Deco architecture built in 1932.
Anything can happen. Now that we've slid over this bridge, I thought. Anything at all, even Gatsby, could happen.
Gatsby's courtyard. The mansion conveyed the neo-Gothic style, the almost Versailles-style fountain, like the one in Paris. As you can see, how the staircase is enormous. This shows the luxurious design of Art Deco. Other than that, also, the railings follow the Art Deco pattern.
I have to go, Jay. I have to work. Work you out.
Lavish lifestyle. In this scene, it portrays the lifestyle of the people in the jazz era. In this scene, all people from all parts of New York goes to this party, this carnival. People like billionaires, governors, film stars are the type of people who goes to this party. It is to show wealth, lavishness, luxuriousness of their lifestyle. This scene portrays how the jazz era are all about music and party. It is so that forget about World War I and the bad times.
The Art Deco period was well known for a luxurious style. Designers used exotic woods, geometric patterns, and smooth lines in their furniture. The oversized cream lounge suite was very much in vogue at that time, particularly with the matching wood arms on the sofa and chairs. Gatsby's bedroom in the film contains a sleek curved-edge bed with lacquered wood and chrome details, along with a bold geometric work and harlequin wall accents. Glossy graphic geometric shaped flooring, grand chandeliers with opulent flourishes, and the height of the ceiling shows how grand the space is. Ballroom is.
The second case study is about the magnificent ocean liner SS Normandy. The name Normandy came from the province of France, Normandy. This historical ocean liner was built in the 1920s. This era was called Années Follies, which meant the crazy years. The French called it this, emphasizing the period's social, artistic, and distinctive cultural edge. This was when jazz music blossomed. Work by the Société Anonyme des Chantiers de Pinhot on the ocean liner began on the 26th January 1929 at Saint-Nazaire, soon after the stock market crash, famously known as the Wall Street crash. The main materials used was steel for the framework, which was hammered and welded together, covered with iron sheets for the exterior. The iron sheets were hammered in and also welded again to the body, giving the ocean liner its elegant outward appearance. It was launched in 1932 in Lorry River, but only opened after being christened by the president's wife, Madame Albert, in May 1935. The main purpose for the Normandy was to host dinners, galas, parties, etc. for the rich only. The interiors were designed in Art Deco and streamlined modern style by the designer Vladimir Yurkevich. The paintings and sculptures made allusions of the province of Normandy. The interiors were filled with spectacular entryways, grand perspectives, and, most of all, long stairs. The ship featured so many rooms, which made this a floating promotion of the ocean liner. Name a few features of the ocean liner are the first-class smoking room, the Deville and Trouville, which are the luxurious suites, cafe grill, which turned into a nightclub at night, the first-class dining room, which could seat 700 people, main lounge, the interior of a second-class room, and the Rouen suite, which was a first class. In 1941, the ship was seized by the United States after the war and decided to turn the ship into a troop ship called Lafayette. This was the beginning of the end of the beautiful ocean liner. On the 9th February 1942, a fire started in the Grand Saloon when the workers were removing the equipment. Spark from the welding torch ignited stack of life jackets filled with the flammable gas called kapok. The fire system had been disconnected, hence fire had to be put off by the New York Fire Department, who only exacerbated the problem by filling the boat with 6,000 tons of water, which caused it to turn to one side and collapse. This was the sad ending of the magnificent Normandy.
After World War I ended in 1919, life in Europe, specifically France, changed drastically. When the war ended, they took this as an opportunity to recover themselves, as they do not want to live with a daily reminders of the war. Here, leisure and luxury was introduced. Public consumers, especially the rich, were able to pay for art and fashion. The ownership of art and craft soon became the embodiment of their wealth. Gradually, the affluence found appreciation on avant-garde aesthetic products and finer detail luxury items.
The characteristics of this style are sharply angled and cubistic forms, the use of aluminium black lacquer, and zigzag shapes that were thought to relate to electricity and radio and served as symbols of the modern world. They are not strongly concerned with issues of functionalism and technology, and is primarily a fashion-oriented style. Expensive natural materials were often used, such as jade, silver, obsidian, chrome, and rock crystal. Art Deco architecture has three main principles: the expression of volume rather than mass, the emphasis on balance rather than preconceived symmetry, and the expulsion of applied ornament. The intention was to create a sleek and anti-traditional elegance that symbolized wealth and sophistication.
Aileen Gray made a name of herself as a lacquered screen and panel designer in Paris. She was famous for her innovative design and use of materials, which is different from the conventional Oriental traditions. Her other lacquered works also include the Dragon's Chair and the Lotus Table. Sonia Delaunay was famous for her experimentation with strong colors and bold geometric shapes. On the year 1937, Sonia and her team participated in the Paris World Fair and designed the Spanish Pavilion and created two wall-sized murals.